And I go to the edible garden to pick some whatever I can pick for breakfast, or that I can incorporate on our breakfast. So look at the tomatoes, they are dying, very sad. But on the other side, they're still flowering. I hope this like turn into fruits or it will be too cold. So for today, I'm going to pick some figs. This is what we have right now. Here are the figs. They don't look as good anymore because it's the tail end of the season, and with the heat wave they are sort of drying up, so not as good as during the season, like the beginning of the season. And then we still have some of these raspberries too. So there's raspberries, and I think, see, the small ones dried up. Sad. It was like 116 degrees, very hot. And here too, still have raspberries here. Here are the raspberries and figs. And look at the pear tree. The leaves dried up, or like toasted, like really toasted from the heat wave. But it should be okay. They'll just fall in fall, and we'll spring back in spring. So here are the garden pickings for breakfast. Here are the figs. So I'm going to add this on to this Austrian version of the pancake, shredded pancake, and the raspberries too. The figs are not as good anymore, and then just like dust it off with powdered sugar. So here you go. Here's the breakfast with figs and raspberries from the garden. I'm picking Swiss chard and tomatoes. We still have some tomatoes left, but they are very tiny like this. The tiny ones and this, and I'm going to pick Swiss chard too. Here's the Swiss chard. Here are my garden pickings: Swiss chard and tomatoes. Some tomatoes that are left hanging in the garden. There are not a lot of vegetables in the garden right now after the heat wave. And then I'm going to cook this with leftover rotisserie chicken. So the chicken is not enough, so I added some leftover pork. This is pork adobo that I used for matcha. And I'm going to slice the tomatoes. Last of the seasoned tomatoes. And then the chard. Olive oil first. And then onion. While the onion is cooking, I'll prepare the eggs. I need 5 eggs. Just soften the eggs. And then freshly cracked peppercorns. And just beat the eggs. And just add milk. Back here, I just add the meat. And the tomatoes. Then the Swiss chard. And then I'll add the eggs. With milk. Very loud outside. Put it in the oven so the top gets cooked. And then I'll put the leftover cheddar cheese from the chili the other night. So this is just like leftover and garden stuffed meal. Then I'm going to put this in the oven, a 350-degree preheated oven for about like 5 to 10 minutes. Here's lunch with tomatoes and Swiss chard from the garden and leftover chicken and pork. We are
going to make watermelon smoothie.
Yes, Josh's favorite watermelon. So we are going to make a refreshing drink.
Put it in this, put it on top, then mix, mix, mix.
Mix, yes.
But we have to close it. Mix, mix, mix. And take one bite.
Okay, sure. There you go. Sound together? There you go.
Oh, yummy.
Yummy.
It's tasty yummy. It's tasty yummy. It's yummy.
That's right. One more?
Yes.
One more? Mm.
Oh.
There you go. Yummy.
Watermelon. Yay!
Yay, here you go. One more.
Yay.
Cold watermelon.
Are you really gonna feed it to the top? Because I think you need to put ice. That's how smoothie works.
Right. Very right.
Don't forget the milk.
I'm not going to put milk. I didn't put milk last night. Banana. Let's put banana. I don't think watermelon goes very well with milk. So here you go. Let's make our smoothie. Here you go. 1 second. There you go. So to turn it on. Yeah, there you go. Turn it on. Let's add more ice. I would like more ice.
I want to taste a sip.
Yeah. Oh, did you put more ice?
Mix.
1 second. It's going to start like. 1 second. Oh, there you go.
Put the level at 100.
All the way down first, and then the on. A perfect summer drink. There we go. Ooh. Yeah.
Daddy said he wants some too.
Okay, sure.
I'm taking me class.
So here you go. Give to daddy. Careful, don't spill. And then stop. I think this would be a perfect color to this one. Green, right? Look at that. You're welcome. And here's our smoothie. Watermelon. Yep.